A pretty quick turnaround and an instant rematch. Obviously, we understand why Israel would want this fight and want it immediately. Why did it appeal to you to have this fight again right away?
Well, that's what I said before. You know what I mean? He was a dominant champion. Maybe could have done 2 or 3 before that, but he wanted to do right away. I say no problem.
How do you feel about your performance in the last fight, right? I mean, he was winning the majority of the rounds until you were able to score the knockout. So when you look at the last fight, are you satisfied with how the fight went, given the result, or were you frustrated with it?
Well, he was having the advantage on the last fight, but people see sometimes like he dominated me, and maybe if Israel want to see it that way, it's up to them. I see a little bit different because it was more details. I was winning the first round before I took those 2 shots. If you look at round 2, I clearly won. Round 3, I was growing into the fight, having the advantage, and he not even took me down. It was a scramble. So on his head, if he wants to believe that he can beat me by decision and on the points, okay, but I believe I can do too.
I feel like that was necessary. I mean, we hear a lot about, right, like the pressure of being a champion and all that it entails.
There's always pressure, bro. There's always pressure. I'm Israel Adesanya. There's always pressure on me. But, yeah, I still don't, I don't feel that, oh, the pressure is off my shoulders or anything. There's more pressure on me now, you know, because I'm me. I'm not him. I am me. So, yeah, there's always going to be that. But, again, like I said, since my debut, pressure makes diamonds, and I'm going to shine.
Nice. What do you take out of the last fight, right? Because it was a great performance from you, except for one moment, and that's what changes the result. So how do you break down a fight like that, you know, knowing that there were good things, but you still didn't get what you wanted?
How do I break down a fight like that? I know what works for me. I know how I can beat this guy. I know every time I fight this guy, I'm dominating him, I'm beating him, and then he has this special ability to recover and put his foot on the gas. So I have to find a way to take him out of the driver's seat, which I will.
Last thing for me, I mean, you went here. When you came to the UFC, you said, I'm going to beat Israel Adesanya, I'm going to be champion. Once you do that twice, what next? I mean, do you want to stay and defend this belt multiple times? Do you want to go to 205 pounds? Like, what would be the next goal for you?
Well, people say that I'm big, that I'm too heavy for this division, but, you know, I used to make weight on kickboxing. That was 1 kilo, about 2 pounds more than I do now. I always did without a problem. You know, right now I'm focused on making history and reigning as a champion in this division. Later on the road, my body's going to tell me when it's time to move up, and I'm going to wait on that.
Alex, this might be a strange question, but considering you've beaten Israel 3 times, do you think he's a good fighter? Do you think he's an elite level fighter, or do you think that maybe he's considered overrated compared to you?
Well, if people, you know what I mean, overrate him, I don't know, because, you know, he is a real guy. He's a special and different guy on his game. Props to him.
We think of you as a very mentally strong person, right? But this guy has been following you in your career. I mean, does this guy bother you? Is he annoying to you, or
No.
you know?
No, it doesn't bother me. It doesn't annoy me. I focus on me. I don't focus on anyone else. You know, when it's time to fight, I focus on who's in front of me. Most times, I'm always peeking around the corner. Even you guys know I set up my next fight sometimes on the slide. But this time, I have no idea what's next. I haven't even looked around the corner. I've just had my targets, my sights right on this guy, dead between the eyes.
That's last thing for me. You just said it. You don't know what's next, but I think a lot of people are asking you beat him. Do you got to beat him again? Do you want to beat him twice in a row?
Actually, same thing. I don't know what's next. I focus straight on this fight. Everything on this fight. I've put everything. Anything that doesn't help with this fight, the last 4 months or whatever it's been, I've cut it out. I've removed it. Yeah, everything has been focused strictly on this fight.
Israel right here. On your vlog, you had said that you feel better. You felt like better than you normally do at certain parts of this week, and you were ready to go like maybe Monday, Tuesday, whatever, when you still had all this media. So what did you attribute that to? Like you just felt better than you did normally so earlier in the week?
Preparation. My body's ready to go. My body's already dropping weight. Dropping weight like an excited dog outside a dog park in the car. So I have to kind of tell it to chill, stay, heal. We'll release soon.
He was here earlier and he said he considers this to be the best rival in MMA history. Do you see this as a rivalry?
No, not angry at him, no big rivalry on my side. I'm just, posting stuff, just showing, for an example, that I beat him, that I knock him out. It's a real story. Guys try to do that, but they can't because they did not knock him out. I did, so just showing the real story.
A lot of people have suggested that you have his number. It's a term in English used that saying that no matter what happens, you're always going to beat him. You are 3-0 in 2 different sports. Do you feel like that's the case? Do you feel like you have his number? No matter what happens, you're going to always defeat Israel Adesanya when you two get matched up?
Well, I don't know about the expression, but I do know how to beat him. I do know how he fights. I do know how he works. So I do know how to beat him. You gotta be careful with that expression in Brazil because soon it's gonna be on the news. Alex Pereira trade numbers or Adesanya is calling him now.
Izzy, going back to that Rock Stone Cold trailer, do you view yourself and Alex as that sort of rivalry? Is this that rivalry in your career that you've sort of been waiting for, your nemesis, this guy that you can go back and forth with over and over?
I've had a couple, but none like this. This is probably the greatest storyline in MMA history, and it's coming. Okay, it's coming. It's probably one of, if not the greatest storyline in MMA history, and not many people get the opportunity to show how great they are, to rise to the occasion when all the odds are stacked against them, when people have counted them out. And for me, this fight, I feel like the underdog. I feel like everyone's counting me out. I feel like, because of the results of the last fight, people were just like, goldfish memories. They forgot what I've done in this game. They forgot who I am. And it's time to remind people how great I am.
And I want to ask you, if you beat him on Saturday, do you feel like that's the last you hear of him? Do you feel like now Adesanya becomes history?
I believe that me beating him this Saturday, I will never face him again. Well, fight is like that. Many people are going to say that the guy is very good, but he was not on a good day when he fought Alex. No. Alex say, he made him fight like that. He made him the energy.
Naquele mesmo dia, do jeito que ele estava ali, se ele luta com outra pessoa, ele estaria no dia dele.
On that specific same day, if he had fought anybody else, he was going to be on his best day. But Alex made him not be.
What do you think it is that allows you to be Izzy's kryptonite? You beat him every time.
No, training hard, training a lot, learning new things, being persistent, insisting. That's my secret.
Tell us, in your mind, why this is the greatest rivalry in MMA history.
It's spanned across it's spanned across years, across 2 different combat codes, spanned across different countries. The history of matchups between me and Alex, even in the way that in his head he's the protagonist, In my view, my POV, I'm player 1. I'm the protagonist. He's the antagonist. And I'm just doing so much better in life. And he kept on trying to chase what he already had. And then got to this point. I made it easy for him to get to the title. I didn't make it easy for him to get the title, but to get to the title, I made it easy for him because he already had that win over me in kickboxing. So he dodged all the gauntlet like I didn't dodge the gauntlet. I went through every different style you could to get to this point. Fought Sambo guys, jiu-jitsu guys, wrestlers, strikers, MMA guys. So yeah, it was an easy layup. But now this is the point where it's like I'm down, 2 fights in kickboxing, 1 fight in MMA. Can you guys keep it quiet in the back, please? Whoever is there, opening the door. Sorry, I'm trying to think. Thank you. So yeah, I'm down 3. And then this is like, in every movie that, you're one shot. This is my Eminem moment, my 8 Mile moment, You get one shot, do not miss your chance to blow. This opportunity comes once in a lifetime. And this is it. This is it for me. This is, like, imagine what if I get it done? What if I get it done better than he's ever done it? What if I butcher him and beat the fuck out of him? Because I always do, but I just ramp it up now. And I don't let him get any breath, and I take him out. I put him on his back. We'll find out. I do all this shit, and I beat his ass, do some damage to him, and it's just like, wow, amazing. Like I said, I don't keep score. I settle them. And he who laughs last laughs best.
Despite beating Izzy now 3 times in 2 different sports, you're still the betting underdog. What do you think about that? And do you think it's disrespectful?
No, absolutely not. This actually motivates me. I like that. You know what I mean? If people think the other way around, this just motivates me to go there and prove them wrong.
Beyond Saturday night, in case you successfully defend your title against Adesanya, what would your next goal be? I mean, would you consider maybe staying in the 185 division, defend your belt against other middleweight fighters, maybe move up a weight class, try to become double champ, or you're just open to any possibility?
Well, I like to fight, so as long as I feel good, it doesn't matter who or where. But, you know, I'm an employee of the UFC, so whatever the company wants to do, I'm ready for it.
So, you know, you mentioned earlier, you know, people forgetting things about you and Alex that you've been beating his, for lack of a better term, the majority of the fight. I think a lot of people forget. I mean, first round, he might have been 10 seconds away from winning the fight in the first
3
round.
3 seconds, 1 shot.
Yeah, and so I'm just kind of curious, you know, obviously progressively in that fight you ended up losing, but just kind of curious, like, what do you take from the fact that you were 3 seconds away from winning, and how can you capitalize that?
That's in the past. That doesn't really come into my mind frame. I just know I've heard this guy. He knows. He might try and bullshit and whatever. He's not. I don't have to try and intimidate him. He doesn't get intimidated. Neither do I. I fear no man that walks this earth. But yeah, that's in the past. This is now, and he knows how dangerous I am. He knows I'm not an easy fight. He knows he's gonna have to go through fire. He's gonna have to go through fire. And I'm gonna make him fight for his life in this fight. But this is. I said say less, do more, but we're here. You put a mic in front of me. You expect me to talk. I'm over all this shit. I really just want to fight. But you guys want some words? I'll give you words. I'm gonna make him fight for his life. It's not no trash talk. It's not no bullshit. I'm here to fight. I'm ready to go. I can weigh in probably tomorrow. If you make me, I'll weigh in tomorrow and we can fight. But right now, I'm just over the trash talk, all the speaking. I just want to fight.